I want to share what really helped me come to a point of healing and not acceptance, but approval of everything that has happened, right? And so, like, if you guys want to know more about my history, my story, check out any of my two books. The first one is What's My Name? Where Did I Come From? You could get it on Amazon, Kindle. And then the other one is My Life as a Secret Agent to the Most High God. And you could also get that on Amazon and on Kindle. And it, like, I made it all the way till the part where, this coven cult is attacking me and I'm just here healing, right? And I wrote in there techniques, and in there I included, in the last book I included the hermetic principles without realizing that those were the hermetic principles. It was like in my own way because that's what I had to do to heal, like part of it. But some of the things that I had to do prior to getting to the hermetic principles was understanding that Earth is a school, and that we all have divine contracts with the divine, with the Most High God prior to incarnating here, and that we go through a veil of forgetfulness. And so that our goal is to go through the things that we go through and then find the Most High God in the midst of it, no matter what we have gone through, no matter what has happened, no matter what we've done, because a lot of the things that we go through, it are things that are already written, that we are supposed to go through them. We That's just how that is. And so you would say, but like for example with me, right, I was molested a lot, right, abused, trafficked, bad, right? So you would say, why would God allow that, right? Why would God allow that? So in my case, in a lot of our cases, if you'll notice, like if you come in contact with other chosen individual, usually their families try to sacrifice them. Yeah. That's just how it is. I don't know why. They just do. They try to sacrifice them. And so for me, it was to bring glory to God's name. The reason being that this cult that came for me is not just any cult, okay? These are the big boys, okay? Yeah. And they don't believe in God. And so God is showing that He's the most high God, creator, source, and that He's going to be king forever, and that every knee will bow. And so I was used as an instrument. And it's funny because the last book that I wrote is called My Life as a Secret Agent of the Most High God. So as I'm awakening, as I am remembering, right, I'm basically just building a trail for myself to remember. It was like when I was writing the book, I felt like I'm like a secret agent for you, Most High, like because I look so nice and so kind and so naive, right? So people will be like, oh, this is somebody that, I could just step over and stuff like that. But the thing is that for a while, until I healed, that was the case. It was part of my training to be that person that got betrayed, that got abused, that was neglected. That was part of my training so that I could value myself. It was part of the process. So again, we think, why would God allow us to go through certain things? Why would God allow somebody to be molested, to be abused, to be tormented as a baby in such a way, the way that I was, right? And so in my contract, it was written that it would be this way. And because my soul is so evolved, it was written that I would come out of it as well, and that I would be able to speak on it and teach on it. So the same way that I have a contract where those things happen, right? The same way that we too, all of us, have contracts with the divine of the things that we will go through, of the experiences that we're going to have. And some of us choose or we all choose, we all, not some of us, we all choose what families we're going to incarnate in, what bloodlines we're going to incarnate in. And depending on our soul's mission, that's how it is. You know, sometimes we carry karma from past lives. Anything that we pass judgment on, we have to repeat. That's why it's important that we pass no judgment and that our hearts are as light as a feather. Because anything that we don't heal, anything that we attach ourselves to, bind ourselves to, we have to come back here and do it again until we learn to not pass judgment and to not have any attachments. And when I say no attachments, I mean like no attachments. Like, you know how you have an email and there's no attachment on the email, like that, blank, clear. No attachments. That's why it's important, and that we become, and in the midst of all of that, in the midst of all of that, in the midst of anything that we've gone through, and I'm talking anything, like, I mean anything, like, I mean anything, from like being in jail for horrific things, right? I mean anything. And those are only the ones that people know about, the ones that are in jail. But the ones that are out there doing stuff and people don't know about, even for you too, right? I mean anything. The point of that, think about it as a game. The point of that is for you to find God within you and heal and learn the lesson from it. It's to remember that God is real and that God resides inside of you. And not like to pretend. It's not pretending like, oh my God, God is, yeah, I know. No, I mean like really, like for real. Yeah, for real. I can share. I have had the experience of being with someone who, like me, had a contract with the Most High, with the Divine, right? And this person forgot. And when I tell you this person is diabolical, this person is diabolical. Like, I mean, all of the deadly sins, everything horrible that you could think of, you could check it off this person's list. And when I tell you that God still came for this person and said, hey, this is what I promised you. But the person couldn't remember it. It's not about what we have done. It's about overcoming the lesson. Overcoming the obstacles. It's a school. We're here to learn. But because of this matrix and society and materialism and belief systems and distractions, we sometimes tend to go towards the darker side, and we find comfort there. And unless, that's why it's usually for us to come out of it, we have to go through traumatic things. Like, I didn't just come here and be like, I want to heal, I'm ready to heal. No, like, I was broken. I was in a life or death situation. It was like, look, you either need to gonna wake up or you're going to, right, like, wake up. You said you was gonna wake up at this age, you need to wake up. It's a life or death situation. So usually we get to get put through an awakening, we get put through very horrific circumstances so that I have the impact to really wake us up. Like, wake up. But we have free will. So that's why I'm here, because we have free will, right? We don't need to wait until, you know, something horrible happens. We could choose to use our free will and heal. And once we heal, when we start healing and transforming, automatically we start getting those nudges to wake up. That ancestral protection kicks in. Your spirit team starts to manifest. It starts happening automatically once you start to